The Iranian-backed terrorist group Hezbollah has been trafficking drugs and weapons into the United States for at least 10 years. In 2008, President George W. Bush opened an investigation into the links between Hezbollah and Latin American drug cartels. But in 2015, President Barack Obama derailed this investigation. Why? To conclude a nuclear deal with Iran. Because of this investigation's untimely end, it's difficult to know how deep the connection between Latin American drug cartels and Hezbollah go. But you can be certain of this: neither of these organizations have America's best interest at heart, and you need to know why they're cooperating. Project Cassandra was a secret investigation involving 30 U.S. and foreign security agencies. This investigation found that Hezbollah was collecting $1 billion a year from drug trafficking, arms smuggling, and money laundering. Specifically, Hezbollah was caught helping Mexican cartels move tons of cocaine into the United States. The money earned from U.S. drug sales was then used to purchase used cars. These cars were then resold in West Africa, and the money earned in West Africa was sent to pro-Hezbollah banks in Lebanon. Some of this money was used to buy a particularly dangerous type of explosive device used to kill American soldiers in Iraq. And so when you look at the big picture, you see that Hezbollah is actually using the money that Americans spend on drug addiction to finance terrorism in the Middle East. Many security analysts say that drug cartels are the biggest criminal threat to American domestic security. And if the Hezbollah agents helping them start using their resources to fund terrorism in America rather than raise money for other projects in the Middle East, this threat will get much, much worse. This whole horrific situation is a textbook example of the natural consequences that come from breaking God's law. If the American people as a whole had not abandoned biblical family values, an entire generation of youth would not have been driven into hopelessness as they have. They would not have turned to drugs and gangs as a form of escapism. The proliferation of drugs would have never happened, and the unholy alliance between terrorists, cartels, and street gangs would have never formed. If these criminal networks would have never formed, American citizens would not be facing the national security threats they are currently facing. Anciently, the prophet Ezekiel foretold of a day when end-time Israel would be beset by rioting, race riots, terrorism, and other such problems. And this unholy alliance we see today between Hezbollah and the Latin American drug cartels is helping lead to the ultimate fulfillment of this prophecy. For more information on this scenario and how you can personally escape it, read the booklet Ezekiel, the End Time Prophet by Trumpet Editor-in-Chief Gerald Flurry.